Good morning, and thank you for joining us for the delivery day for DANZANTE. The owners flew in last night, and Jim and Sybil are going to be here about 10 a.m. I wanted to get here this morning early so you could get a good idea of what we've got going on when the boat is dark. So we've got great little blue lights you see underneath the steps on both sides, safety lights. And then as you go around the deck, we've got more blue lighting. We've got solar screens on the boat currently. It's actually been record-breaking heat here in Florida this week. Two electric furlers, one for the 100% jib and one for 95% jib, and one for the 170 reacher. We've got spreader lights, foredeck light. We've also got lights, spreader lights that go up. So if you don't want the deck illuminated and you just want the sails illuminated, you can turn the spreader lights up on and accomplish that. So it's just a little before sunrise. And I wanted to do the exterior video, so you get a little bit of idea of the lighting that we have going on. I'm walking back down the starboard side now. We are going to call her the 42. She is 45 feet overall, but she's really got about a 3-foot swim step on her. And we feel like that 42 is more appropriate. 13-foot beam, which is more appropriate for a 42-foot boat. Great hardtop, certainly capable of holding a small dinghy up there if that's something that you wanted to do. See if I can get a walk around the piling. A little bit of a profile shot. Aft-facing seat. Heck, why don't we just continue on inside? I'm on a roll. So we did bring down a couple teak chairs that Leslie and I actually had in San Diego on our boat there. We have a table that comes up and down. And of course it holds up. We have the transom door, the side door. These are buttons for the furler, reacher furler. The green one is out and the red one is in. And then the two blue ones next to it control the Harken winch. So what I was doing was actually, when we went sailing the first time, sitting in a chair and controlling the reacher when we put it out. We've got shore power cords, connectors in aft as well as in the bow. The manual bilge pump. We have a freshwater cockpit rinse, and then of course our hot and cold shower off. Great stainless steel door. As you guys know from previous videos, the window there does go up and down. Handrails. Take a walk around the deck here. And as we mentioned, the blue lights on the stairs. Deck's nicely lit up with the spreader lights and the foredeck light. As you guys have heard, if you haven't, we've got a great horn. We've got the steps up to the cabin top, and then we've got another step here along with the handrail to get up to the hardtop. Handrail, of course, all the way. Self-tacking jib track. This is our first deck step mast, and we did it that way on purpose so that we could build the boat as a trawler, LRC, explorer, whatever you want. We've had a couple of people who are interested in the boat tell us that we need to call it the Island Packet Explorer. You know me, I'm pretty much open to what people think is cool. We have I believe that's a 65-pound Mantis anchor, and then 400 feet of chain on a nice low France Tigris windlass. Certainly the ability to do a second chain, a second anchor with chain and line. Or we can change the capstan. This is a rope capstan currently, but we can change it to full chain if you want. We just have to change, of course, the house pipe. Shore connectors up here on the bow. Fresh and raw water wash down. Of course, windlass control here, toggle switch at the helm, and then I believe this boat came with the remote. The self-tacking jib track. I think this is pretty cool. So we have here, the red is always our jib. The white with the blue fleck is our main outhaul. The green is our main sheet. And then the other white with the blue fleck is the vine. So we have all those four leading inside the boat through those holes. So that obviously allows us to control the main, the jib from inside the boat. And then on nice days with really light air or behind the beam, the reacher is really a great broad reach sail. Solid handrails all the way around. Dual spring line cleats. We have room for our solar panel back here up on top. Those are actually the wire. And that's our two hatches that open up so that we can see of course, the mainsail. The hatches open and slide. You can do them in just the open position if you want ventilation. Or of course you can slide them back and of course take the covers off if you want. All right, coming down the port side, back into the cockpit. So you guys know I don't edit these videos. There's just shot straight out. So 110 12 volt panel, breakers, ELCI down below, Corian countertop, outlet. There's the T. Table folds out. Table drops down to make a berth. Captain's chair. Refrigerator, freezer. 2-burner Kenyan induction stovetop. And then a 4-way oven below it. And we have gimbaled it. The sink, the Seagull filtered water outlet, as well as the Growy. And then, as you guys know, we've got some storage here. We've got a good storage drawer underneath. We've got waste and recycle. So we've got good sized bins for both. And then we have kind of a storage pantry set up here that's good size. I think you could put a lot of stuff in there. And then on this side, so we've got another good sized drawer. It can also be a refrigerator, beverage cooler if you want. And then we've got the bottom one that's designed for plates. And then cutlery in the middle sized one, and then silverware and stuff in the two smaller ones. All dovetail construction. We've got our air conditioner going here. I'm actually gonna turn it down a little bit so it's nice and when the owners get here. Webasto heater control, and of course the on and off for the Webasto. Keys to the world. Great lighting. All the lighting dims down. And I don't think I have my rope lighting on yet. Let's see which one controls the rope lighting. I'm getting there. Okay, so that one controls the forward salon lighting. Well, I guess I can't find the rope lighting button. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there's the dimmer for the cockpit lights. We have those on a dimmer. These are all with these little buttons. And this is the first boat we've ever done this on. You can actually place these buttons wherever you want. And we've placed a few of them, but then we're going to let the owners place them. So you can see I've dimmed down all the salon lights, even though I didn't know what I was doing. Our air conditioning's coming out of these little 3-inch adjustable, closable vents. So we built a fiberglass plenum up in the ceiling, and it comes up from the air conditioner. Believe it or not, the air conditioner compressor is underneath the seat here, and that's the return air vent. And so it comes out. We've got 3 down one side, 2 across the back, and 3 down the other side. So you've got 8 vents, and it's quiet. It's really nice. I love it to death. Nice settee, certainly room for 4 or 5 people there. As we mentioned, the table folds out. I'll unpack a star. Nav station. Plenty of room for a chart book. Another outlet there. So we've got 2 outlets on each side. This is the lines that we talked about coming in. I'll label the clutches. Jib sheet, main outhaul, main sheet, boom vine. And then we've got our synchronized jib, or our jib furling here. So this again, green is out, red is in. And then this is for our main. So green is out, red is in. Just think of green to go sailing. And then this controls the winch here, which I don't have the breakers on for the winch. We do finally have our electronics, of course, mounted. We've got a 16-inch Raymarine display. Our electronic Yanmar control for 110 horsepower Yanmar. Of course, our engine display, our autopilot, and then our bow thruster. Anchor windlass, as we mentioned earlier. Start and stop. So we set the depth at below the keel, and apparent wind speed is 9.9 knots, and apparent wind angle is 82. There's our chart. All right, and then these buttons here, So you see the overhead, those turn off the overhead lights, but you can turn them on. You can make them blue if you want. I don't know if you can see that. Red, can you see the red? Green, white. If you do it really quick, you can have a disco party. All right, so compass obviously on board, wheel, storage in the little step. Let me turn the lights back on. Oh, this other one, by the way, controls the cockpit lights, the blue lights outside. Storage in here. We've got, obviously you've got room to stand, and then once you get driving, we've got a little, oh, they must have took it back with them to modify it. We've got a little piece that flips over. Oh, no, there it is. I'm sorry. To where you can have a footrest. So, nice medium back chair, basically any brand you want. We have it upholstered here to match the rest of the boat. And then there's a little storage cabinet underneath this step. And then of course our dual door, as you've seen, the top half opens and the bottom half stays closed if you want, or it all opens together. The seat does go back and forth. It does swivel completely around. And since I'm holding the camera today, it's a little hard for me to do those kind of things. And of course the armrests go up and down. Now remember, I've got the lights dimmed down. So I really, to do the boat justice, I should figure out how to dim the lights or raise the lights back up. Whenever we do something new like this, it's always fun. I mentioned the electric window. You may need a screen for the window so that you can put it down and not worry about bugs. A cool little hand grab here. All right, engine room wise, we also have an ice maker that I forgot to mention here, and engine room. To get in the engine room, one of the ways, obviously, you can go underneath the stairs for it, but you can also pull up this hatch. And I'm going to give you guys a real quick view of the engine room. So we've got a ladder going down, obviously the engine. We've got the additional holding tank forward, the additional fuel tank aft. We've got water storage, battery storage, oil change system, and then I don't know if you saw, on the wall there is all the fuel system and everything. And we've gone through this in other videos. And again, since I'm by myself today, or at least this morning, I'm gonna let's see. I'm missing cabin lights down below. Did I miss a switch? Here, let's see here. Cabin lights, cabin light. There we go. So as we go down, we've got these really nice stairs that are sloped at an easy pace. See how they're nice and easy, so whether if you travel with a dog or anything like that. Guest quarters to port, nice sized berth. I'd certainly sleep there. Small hanging locker, you got good storage, cabinet storage there. Storage below the berth. The berth actually hinges up. That's the filler cushions back in the corner to make the dinette berth. These buyers chose the Splendid washer dryer. You've got a hatch, you've got a port, and you've got a nice large hull side port here as well. headlights. Guest head. There we go. Finally got the lights up. Hanging locker, shelf locker, hanging locker, big hanging locker, her hanging locker. Storage underneath the berth, as always. We do a custom mattress, really nice mattress. A couple of reading lights up there, a shelf for your glasses, cell phone, or whatever you want. Handrails. The door for the owner's cabin is right here. She closes, obviously. Gives you an ensuite stateroom. And then we've got a shower aft. Of course, the toilet. Storage underneath. Storage behind. There's Darrell. Outlets, both outside and inside. The stairs do lift up. I'm not going to do that for you today. All right, I think that completes our tour of our first 42 Motor Sailor / Explorer. A 9-inch, couple 4x4s, VHF, wiper control with washer, and of course the horn. I want to thank you for joining us today. It's a really exciting day for Island Packet to be able to deliver a boat to a client, especially number one. And we look forward to building you a Motor Sailor, a trawler / long-range cruiser / explorer. And we do have one slot left at the first 5 discounted. As always, take care of yourself, safe cruising, and God bless.